I shouldn't say that. It kept going because of all the other businesses that were going on here, this wicked town.
That shaft is deeper than the height of the Empire State Building. The next few videos are going to be all about our trip home.
He found his favorite part of this park. Snowing again. None of this was on the forecast. It's kind of crazy. But we're at pretty high elevation here. You're here in Flagstaff. I want to say we're around 7,000-ish. We had a lot of things that pressurized. My makeup bottle was like geysering. Our milk jug exploded in Cody's face. Our yogurt tops are like all expanded up. So there's a lot of things that are pressurized. Just, I know that's normal for a lot of people, but it's just not something that we think about because we're not used to it. That was the busiest laundromat that I've ever experienced. They had to have had 60 people crammed into that little laundromat. And people were hustling. Elbow you out of the way to get to the washer. You better toss your clothes in quick or they're gonna grab the next 3. But we're clean, we're good. I'm gonna run a few more errands and head home. Time to go. We had no idea that we had a scenic drive on our route this morning.
This is incredible.
Wow! We've been screaming in the car this whole time.
Welcome back. We are in Jerome, Arizona today. We inadvertently had a really pretty scenic drive coming down through Sedona. There's a bunch of state parks. The weather's nice. It actually warmed up a little bit to about 50 degrees. So we're in for a treat today.
Jerome, Arizona is packed full of history. It at one point was the wickedest town in the West. They had copper mines here that drew in merchants and madams. In fact, there's still a bordello right down the street. Now they only offer burgers, but bordello's a right? I shouldn't say that. A bordello is what? Full of ladies of the evening?
I googled the definition for bordello just so we can be politically correct on YouTube. A house of prostitution. That's what you're looking for. That sells burgers now.
There you go.
Check it out, they got a copper furnace from back in 1882. Copper smelter.
We're standing here at the Bartlett Hotel, which at one point was called the Grandview Hotel, built in 1895. It was built of a wooden structure. It then burned and was rebuilt with brick, named Bartlett Hotel. So part of the structure still stands.
It says it was abandoned until the 40s when they sold portions of it for salvage and then removed the whole top floor. This is Witten Printers. Carl Witten, graduate of Jerome High School and son of immigrant parents. Worked for the Prescott Evening Courier before moving back to Jerome in 1927 when he purchased the Verde Copper News, which began in 1917. Due to the decline of mining operations, Jerome residents began leaving town, and the final issue of the Verde Copper News was in 1935.
That's the thing about this town, is it was supposed to be a ghost town like all these other mining towns as the mines shut down. And it kept going because of all the other businesses that were going on here, this wicked town. But these buildings are awesome. Love it. The temps are pretty nice today. Flagstaff weather has not been very cooperative since our stay, but Cody's been feeling pretty under the weather, so it's worked out. The timing has been good. If there was ever a place for him to be sick, it's this. We don't get sick very often on the road. Believe it or not, we kind of thought we would because we're passing through all these places with new germs, but I think we got sick in the office more than we have on the road.
I think we probably got exposed to more germs in Las Vegas than we ever have been. All those people touching railings and doors.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say I'm out of breath walking up those steps.
Everywhere you go here is history. Everywhere, everything you do. We're here by Hotel Connor, built in 1898. They would sell rooms for $1 a night. So now they've turned this portion into several shops, so you can walk into these gift shops.
Motorcycles are quite popular here.
You can walk into a lot of these shops and see the hotel in a lot of its natural form, like the ceilings and the walls. So that's really cool. You get to experience it a little bit.
I'm gonna make this YouTube friendly, but it says, "Dear Santa, I've been good all year." Well, most of the time. Okay, occasionally. Oh, forget it, I'll buy my own stuff.
Here are two main things to remember when you come to Jerome, Arizona. One, there's a lot of stairs. So it's actually 3 streets, all on different levels. You're climbing a lot of stairs. Even if you're going in to eat or get a drink, it's stairs. So make sure that you're good with that. And 2, they have plaques plastered throughout this place, so you can kind of catch the history as you go.
This is Husband's Alley. Apparently the people in town had so much disdain for the legal prostitution, they actually moved all the prostitution down the whole street, and from the way it reads is all the escort work had to be done here in the alley, in Husband's Alley. Kind of funny.
So you have the New State Motor Building that was built concrete in 1918. It had a garage downstairs, showroom upstairs. The post office moved in 1943. My favorite part of Jerome is that it's a mixed bag of everything. If you're a history buff, well, you've got a lot to look at here, a lot. You could spend a lot of time doing that. If you like shops, little unique shops.
Shoppies, as we've determined those are from previous videos.
Oh, spelled this way.
There aren't shops here, there are shoppies here.
You really can do about everything here. He found his favorite part of this park. We're sitting just below the Douglas Mansion. James Douglas built his mansion up on this hill with his little mine down here below. And now it's open to the public for you to come and look at all the equipment. The Douglas Mansion is now a museum that you can go tour through.
Most of it's still in pretty good shape too. It's not really deteriorated. I like being able to look down the mine shaft and see the big generators. It's a pretty cool little spot.
It's wild.
This is the Audrey headframe shaft. It's 1,100 feet deep. You can actually see down through the glass here.
It's a little bit scary, isn't it?
That shaft is deeper than the height of the Empire State Building. It's 1,900 feet deep, not 1,100 feet as I originally said.
So this is what they drop you down in?
I think this is what they collected ore with.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So this would go down and get the ore, and then they would raise it up, open the doors, and dump it.
Going down. Thank you for pushing, powering through today. It's a nice day. So we've encountered some tailgaters here in Arizona, and we've determined in our professional opinions that you guys are just angry at the Arizona Highway Department for making some of these straight stretches like 30 and 35s when you could probably do a lot faster than that. So I'm sympathetic as a fellow leadfoot. I'm sympathetic to it. But then you get on this interstate and it's 75 miles an hour around these curves and hills, and you're just driving like ah the whole time, dodging man-made potholes on occasion that just kind of sneak up on you. So I'm feeling it. That's my official assessment of the Arizona highways.
And I'm the one that usually complains about rough roads and traffic.
We're fueling up for travel day tomorrow. Good morning. It's travel day. Normally we're excited about travel day. It's a big one. I'll be honest. The night that a couple nights ago when I woke up with Cody's face right here and him coughing directly into my mouth, I realized that I probably didn't have a chance to not get sick. So we're just gonna have to do what we do. We made an agreement a long time ago before we went full-time RVing, when we were just traveling a lot. We have a set amount of time that we just switch off.
Yeah, and it's usually somewhere around 2 hours. I've done the drive 8-10 hours straight, stop for fuel and coffee, and keep going. Can it be done? Yes. Should it be done? We don't think so.
No.
So we're just trying to play the safe bet and get there in one piece.
All right. Gotta go get ready.
Let's go. It's all about 30 degrees here in Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're getting ready to go. The next few videos are going to be all about our trip home. We planned this trip a little bit tight. We knew cutting over to Kanab, Utah and going out to Vegas was going to stretch it a little bit thin on getting home for the holidays, but I think we might have overstretched ourselves just a little bit. So today is December 3rd. Our goal is to be home for the holidays in Arkansas by December 17th. And right here today in Flagstaff, Arizona, we're just at 1,300 miles away from home for the holidays. Today we're off to Elephant Butte, New Mexico, about 440 miles away. From there we're off to Ardmore, Oklahoma, which will leave us about 4 hours from home on the holidays. So pending the weather stays good and I can get over this cold I'm fighting, we should be in good shape, but it's going to be a lot of running here over the next couple of weeks. For now, it's time to get this trailer ready to go. I've already got the tanks flushed and dumped, sewer hoses put away, water hose put away. I got to take care of my Starlink right now, and I'm really impressed with how Starlink worked here. I told you guys before, it does an awesome job until you have trees. Usually what I try to do when I land at a campsite, I find north and see what I'm dealing with. So right here is due north. I honestly didn't think it would work because of the trees behind us. I tried to run off a T-Mobile for a couple of days and it was just terrible. So I took a swing at setting Starlink up right here on the ground facing the north, trying to catch this little break in the trees over here. Worked like a charm. We pulled about 130 megabytes down and about 16 up. So great week with Starlink. Enough about that. Got to pack it up, get ready to go. This thing's filthy and I'm embarrassed to show it to you, but we got to blow off the tops. I know I talk about tire pressure a lot, especially in fluctuating temperatures, but I wanted to make a quick note. When we left Las Vegas, Nevada last week, it was 52 degrees when we set all our tire pressures to 80 on the trailer, 80 on the back of the truck, 60 on the front of the truck. This morning, where it's 31 degrees right now, all of our tires are down 6 or 7 PSI per tire. So just a reminder, especially when the temperatures are dropping, keep an eye on those tire pressures every single trip. Just because they look good doesn't mean they are good.
We're here in
New cookie? Okay.
Alright, reflections.